The passing down of these critical keys, the No Name and the Master Keeper. But now that I think about it, which new Union leader and Union Cross really gets which blade in the end and why? Want me to break down what I'm thinking? Hey, stay tuned. Go on ahead and roll it, man. Now, a few weeks ago, we got the first part of the finale of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I know it's sad, but we got to keep moving forward, seeking and getting answers to previous questions while also getting new ones, of course. But this video is going to be more or less firm theorizing and more loose brainstorming and putting my thoughts out there so you guys can also join me along in the comments below and discuss with me as well as each other what you guys think about really what's going down in this specific scenario that I'm proposing to y'all, because y'all are going to need to help me and each other on this one. Oh, and if you guys didn't see what I reacted to and analyzed that latest update, then go ahead and check it out. I did a video on it, link in the description. But as you could tell by the title and thumbnail, the big question on the topic of the lineage and timeline along the worlds of the wielders towards the current era, who is actually where and on which side in the end, and who got which major keyblade out of the Master Keeper and the No Name keyblades. Now I ask this because watching the update, there were people chosen to take the Ark/lifeboat back to the real Daybreak Town in order to use it again to escape the end of the real version, and I assumed everybody would go except Player and Ephemera because one, I didn't expect the player character to continue on past the point of the Daybreak Town going to sleep, and considering we saw a vision of Ephemera in Cage 3 as he was, that to me said he didn't make it back to the real world and grow old and teach students and die at some point. While Ephemera did stay behind while Brain went, he also gave Ephemera the Master Keeper Keyblade, and not only did Player stay behind, but Skull did too, and this raises a lot of questions. But let's break it down. First, let's address Skull. Skull staying and going to sleep along with the Daybreak Town makes no sense because we know Skull exists in the future era. What I mean is literally every single sign ever put out there screams that Skull is the Subject X that we learn about in the Case 3 secret reports, aka the girl that Isa and Lee met in the castle in his dungeon in Birth by Sleep that they mentioned in Kingdom Hearts 3 before the final battle, just like as in the secret reports statements. If y'all don't know about Subject X, I've talked about them in so many of my theories now, but to sum it up pretty much, Subject X is a character mentioned in the Case 3 secret reports that was worked on by Apprentice Xehanort and kept below the castle. Apprentice Xehanort used Subject X for his experiments of the heart and how it ties to memories, revealed to be female and 15 years old. She also mentions departing a different world of a bygone era like out of fairy tales, coming from a different period in time altogether. That's what Xehanort found out. Subject X also had no complete memories except for 4 friends and a key, but what happened was she got to meet 2 boys and then later was broken out by what the secret report says was a man that wore an eye patch. But I bring this up as something important because even though we did see people transported in the Ark already in this first part, it means that it's not the end of the shenanigans. So I predict that there's going to be some more jumping and leaping back and then back again through the Ark as we continue to the end of Union Cross. But the real big thing involves these two, Ephemera and Brain. And yes, I'm excluding Player from this because we don't really have much to say about Player at all, because as far as we know, Player has no ties to the future era in any fashion right now. But if you guys do have any ideas about Player's importance, then please don't be afraid to put it in the comments. Get it rolling. Now, I always thought Ephemera wouldn't be the one to take the Ark because Sora had that vision of him in the Keyblade graveyard for a few seconds and even receives power from him from the Unions. This told me that Ephemera in some way sacrificed himself for the sake of the others, because if he did get to the future, then that means he would have had some sort of lineage or at least age or something like that, right? And I had also figured that Brain did make the jump because he is theorized to be one of Ericus's ancestors for 3 reasons. One, because in the Birth by Sleep secret reports, it was told that Ericus was a blue blood, a descendant of the Keyblade wielders of old. 2, because their hair was similar. And 3, because Brain literally had the Master Keeper Keyblade, which Ericus also has. If not ancestor, then a previous master or something, some type of direct connection. Either way, potential signs of a tie between Brain and Ericus were shown and theorized about. But the problem is, he gave away the Master Keeper to Ephemera, who stayed behind. And going back to Ephemera, if he truly stays, then how does the Master Keeper end up in Ericus's hands down the line? There definitely seems to be chance for more arc leaping in the final parts, right? And also something else. In the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret reports, Luxu mentions this: amid the chaos, I bequeathed my Keyblade to one of the Union leaders, just as the Master instructed. I watched as the 5 were sent to another world line at no small cost, ensuring the line of Keyblade wielders will live on. So this is saying he gave the key to one of them, right? but I don't believe Ephemera would have gotten no name because he has no signs of being alive in the future era, and he was already given the Master Keeper, and he's not gonna have both of them in the end. We know that. But at the same time, things started to get topsy-turvy and twisted up because I had figured that the no name would end up in Brain's hand, because in the Kingdom Hearts 3 Secret Reports, specifically number 11, he mentioned a virus in the Master's program, and Brain mentioned he would be a virus to rewrite the program that is the history of that world as well. Plus, he could also get the no name because he gave the Master Keeper to Ephemera, so now he needs another Keyblade, right? And Luxu's literally watching all of this go down, so he's gonna do something. Point being, there's signs that can lead it going into either direction. Ephemera ends up with the Master Keeper or neither, or Brain ends up with the no name and the Master Keeper and gives them out into the future to his apprentices or people from his lineage. And like I said, with these shenanigans going on, this is not the end of the jumping in the arc. There's going to be more. I can almost guarantee that. There's a whole lot of chess playing going on here, especially with Luxu taking his own liberties. But in the end, this is me brainstorming because I'm not sure what will happen, but these are just my ideas. So let me know, what do you guys think about the first part of the ending? Who do you think truly ends up with the Master Keeper, and who ends up with the no name? Do both go to one and neither to the other? Please, if you have not read the Secret Reports as well, let me know if you want to see a video of me doing a full analysis and read through of those so you guys can be enlightened to the depths in those, because it has ties to the Xehanort Saga, Unicron, and even Melody and Memory in the series going forward. So as always, begin the discussion. The comments are open. The like button is free, so click that if you enjoyed the video, and subscribing is even more free as well somehow. Don't ask how. And it's dummy easy, so just hit the big red button below if you really enjoyed and want to stay on the train for more vids to come. Thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned and appreciate y'all. Peace out.